Hey everybody, this is Aaron Whitehead. Welcome to Learn to Play the Piano. This is lesson 31 in a series of short lessons. In this video, we'll talk about the circle of fifths. You may have come across a graphic that looks kind of like this. This is typically what people think of when they're talking about the circle of fifths. We're going to look at the different elements of this so that you can understand what exactly this graphic means. Notice at the top of this circle is the letter C. Now as we follow the circle around clockwise, you can see the next letter is G, and then from there we go to the letter D. But what exactly does that mean? Let's take a look at what this looks like on the piano keyboard to get a better idea. So here's the note C, and a fifth up from C is the note G. So that's why the next letter on the circle was the note G, because a G is a fifth higher than the note C. If you're not sure what a fifth is, you may want to go back and watch lesson number 6, where I talk about intervals. So now continuing up the keyboard, a fifth above G is the note D, and then a fifth up from D is the note A. So now you can see where the letters that we saw in the circle earlier come from. Now a fifth up from A is going to go outside of our screen, so I'm going to borrow it from below, and that's the note E. And then a fifth up from E is the note B, a fifth up from B is the note F sharp. A fifth up from F sharp is the note C sharp. Now again, we're running out of space, so I'm going to use the C sharp at the bottom, and in fact, we're going to change to the harmonic spelling of C sharp, which is D flat. So let's call this note D flat from here on. So a fifth up from D flat is A flat, a fifth up from A flat is E flat, and a fifth up from E flat is B flat. Now again, we're running out of room on the screen, so let's go to the B flat below. A fifth up from B flat is F, and a fifth up from F is C. So now we can see we're back where we started. That's why it's called a circle. It's a circle of fifths. And throughout that circle, we've actually touched on every single note of the piano keyboard. Let's look again at the graphic. Now you can see how all these keys are related because of how they're connected through the circle of fifths. Now where this most often comes into play is in the creation of chord progressions. Let's look at a real common chord progression. I'm going to use Roman numerals to represent the scale degrees for each of these chords. A lowercase Roman numeral represents a minor chord, and an uppercase Roman numeral represents a major chord that is created in that scale. So the chord progression is 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. In the key of C, this would be E minor, A minor, D minor, G, C. Now notice those letters, E, A, D, G, C. If we look again at the circle of fifths, you can see that working counterclockwise from E, it takes us along those letters back to C. E, A, D, G, C. So this chord progression actually follows the circle of fifths. Let's look at this in another key. In the key of D, these chords would be F sharp minor, B minor, E minor, A major, and D major. And again, looking at the graphic, you can see that going from F sharp, we go from F sharp to B, to E, to A, to D. So you can see how the circle of fifths is used to create chord progressions. I hope you found this information helpful, and if you did, you might also enjoy our book, a piano chord book you can actually use, which is available on our website, thepianochordbook.com, or also from these online retailers. We also have an app out, which is available on iTunes and Google Play, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel or check out any one of our other videos. And please join us next time where we'll look at how to read a chord sheet. Thanks for watching, God bless, and we'll see you next time.